So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we have another episode of the Trading Every Player rebuild series. This series is slowly winding down. We only have about 6 or 7 more of these to do. Today it's going to be the Sacramento Kings. This series has been an absolute blast. It seems like you guys are really enjoying it as well. It's one of my favorite series I do every single year. And yeah, I'm pretty sad it's kind of coming to an end. But we still have some more to do. So before we get all sad and depressed, let me explain to you guys real quick how these work. I'm sure many of you already know. But we're going to go ahead and take control over the Sacramento Kings before the first game happens. We're going to trade away this entire roster. We have no say in the trades whatsoever. At no point in time may anybody who's currently on the Kings come back, as I'm sure many of you know and can piece together end goals to win a championship. I'm definitely going to make the most out of these final 6 to 7 Trading Every Player rebuilds that we do have left. But once that ends, we still need to find another series. So anybody have any really big series ideas they want to see, make sure to let me know down below in the comment section. We're always looking for ideas, you know, series, individual video, challenge, whatever it may be. Let me hear it all down below in the comment section. But yeah, really just want to say thank you guys for all the support on this series so far. It's been an absolute blast. I am enjoying it, and I hope to have as much fun in whatever series we do next. That being said, we got some work to do today. Let's get into it. All right, man, there is no time like the present to trade away 2 really good players like De'Aaron Fox and Massa. I don't want to do it, but unfortunately, we have to today. So De'Aaron Fox, he's 25 years old. He's an 89, basically pushing a 90 overall. And yeah, he's really good, and he's still really young. And this kind of sucks. So we have 22 trade offers for him. This should be a pretty decent offer. I'm sure there's some bad ones in here as well. We just got to hope we really don't end up one of those. So let's continue to scroll on with kind of our first big move of this video. And we'll stop right about now. And it is going to be Devin Vassell and Tre Jones. Oh, boy. Oh my God, I would have actually shot myself. Well, there are definitely a lot worse deals in there. I don't know if Devin Vassell really gets me too excited, but yeah, so I guess De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama are going to team up. All right, that is trade 1 officially done. Massa is going to be next. 26 trade offers for him. Again, pretty close to a 90 overall. Hopefully get somebody talented in this deal. 3, 2, and a 1. And we get, oh my God. Well, they are certainly, I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot of really, I mean, I would have loved Jared Allen, but there's not a lot of really good trade offers. I would have taken Bam Adebayo in a heartbeat. Larry Markkinen would have been fine. Yeah, there's really not a lot of good trade offers. Well, there's actually a few. But, yeah, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and take this one here from the Portland Trailblazers. So Malcolm Brogdon, Robert Williams. Welcome to Sacramento. Good God. We've had a couple tough trades kicking this one off. All right, man, we're going to throw Keegan Murray in a deal with somebody making a little bit more money. So a guy like Kevin Huerter, just to hopefully get a few more offers for some more talented players. So let's continue going through this one, and we will be taking a deal from the Washington Wizards. Denny Avdija and Tyus Jones. I mean, it could have been worse. It still doesn't really excite me too much, but it definitely could have been worse. All right, man, rolling on here. Next up, we're going to have, where the hell is he? Harrison Barnes. We'll do him and, oh, I forgot about Malik Monk. So him and Malik Monk will be in a deal with each other. 15 trade offers for these 2 players. And, man, give me some good news on this fine Monday morning that I'm recording this. Stop. Manuel Quickley and Jakob Poeltl. You know what? That actually gets me a lot more excited than what it possibly could have been. So I will definitely take that. Still not 100% satisfied with a lot of the players that we have here, but I can live with it now at least a little bit. Trey Lyles, JaVale McGee are going to be my next 2. I think we got everybody up from those 2, correct? Oh, I didn't even realize we have Tyus and Tre Jones on this team. Yeah, I think we're good after that. All right, it's going to be crazy. Just the thought of Devin Vassell being the highest overall on my team doesn't really get me super pumped up about this rebuild, but we'll work on it. And 3, 2, and a 1. We're actually going to go into the left this time, giving me KCP and Jalen Pickett, or it would have been TJ McConnell, who I do like a lot, and James Johnson. But I'll take KCP, NBA champion 2-time, right? Correct? Yeah, he was with the Lakers in 2020, obviously with Denver last year, unless he has another one I'm just forgetting about. All right, man, so Sasha Vezenkov, will do him, and Davion Mitchell, I believe, is actually in trade rumors in real life, so maybe there's a little bit of value here. He's still relatively young. And stop. Trey Lyles cannot come back to this team. We will continue. And stop. Bones Highland and Terrence Mann from the Los Angeles Clippers. A lot of guards on this team. All right, who do we have left? I'm sure many of you know I don't do the 2-way players, but a guy like Alex Len, I think him and Colby Jones and Kessler Edwards is here, I believe are the final guys. So let me just go ahead. Can I do all 3 of them? I have 2 offers. No, I'm not going to do that. I'll just do Len by himself. I don't know. It doesn't really fucking matter. Let's be honest with each other. Stop. Congratulations, we got a dude taking SARMs in the NBA is crazy, especially, Tristan Thompson's not, a young up-and-coming player. Like, he's not a young buck. This man is an established NBA player and NBA champion. Him taking SARMs is ridiculous. If you don't know what SARMs is, I suggest you look it up, but I also suggest you don't actually take it. Let's continue to find on here, and hopefully our last trade is going to be a good one. It's going to come with the Portland Trailblazers. I mean, again, this is just a complete waste of time. Okay, I think oh my God, I think we should be good pretty much oh my God, we don't have a single power forward on this team. That's going to be an issue, but I think we have made all the trades that are necessary. So I'm going to have to move some positions around right now. I'm sure many of you know. Holy fucking point guard. I can't make any more trades after this. So, yeah, we're just going to move some positions around. Try to get guys in the right spots. Quick note before I show you the rotation. I am signing Javonte Green out of free agency. Technically, there's no rule against it. I've done it in the past. Nobody's complained. And it doesn't happen very often. And this is strictly because the way our roster is right now, we have no power forward. Now, he's not going to be starting or anything like that. I figured out something. But, yeah, we need some depth there. Javonte Green's going to be my guy. It's going to be a one-year deal. I'm not going to make him some sort of trade asset in the offseason. So, he will be here for one season. Let's set the rotation. All right, man. Year one is here, and it is going to be interesting, to say the least. I have set a rotation that I think works the best with the players we had on this team. Let me explain to you a little bit. So, Quickly is going to start at the point guard spot. Really, only reason I'm playing him at the 1 versus the 2 is just based off of size. I mean, again, maybe Quickly's more of a 2 than Brogdon is, but I'm not really too stressed out about it because Brogdon will be right next to him. Devin Vassell is playing the 3. He actually went up 1 overall. I had to move Diha to the 4. He's 6'9", or what? He's 6'9", right? He's 6'9", and he does go down 2 overalls, which does suck. Ultimately, he's not going to be there long term. It's one season, but yeah, he's starting at the 4. And then Rob Will, I'm starting him at the 5, just because I think there's a little bit more potential there than Pirtle. Don't get me wrong, I like Jakob Pirtle, but maybe call it my Celtics bias. I'm a big Robert Williams fan, so get over it. Tyus Jones is going to be my 6th man off the bench. He's going to be the backup point guard here for us. Backing up Emmanuel Quickly. Again, it's interesting because I'm actually playing Trey Jones at my backup shooting guard spot. Maybe not ideal. They are both 6'1", but 1 overall didn't really change too much, so it is what it is. Jakob Pirtle's behind him. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope actually goes up 3 overalls if we move him to the backup small forward spot. I found that amazing. I didn't really know that, but yeah, he's an 80 overall now. Trey Jones, my backup shooting guard, and then Javonte Green, I'm sure many of you saw. I did sign him in free agency. So unfortunately, guys like Bones Highland, Tristan Thompson, Terrence Mann, Jalen, these guys aren't getting minutes, which sucks. It's unfortunate. It's just the reality of how this team kind of shook out for year one. So it's definitely something we can consider in the offseason because a lot of these guys are under contract. Something also to note, we do not have our first round pick this year. Well, we could. It's actually lottery protected in Atlanta. So I'm not sure exactly what deal that traces back from. The only really kind of is like the Bogdanovich deal, but I don't really know why the Kings would give up a pick. Like, who came back in that deal? Was it Kevin Huerter? I don't fucking know. All right, man. I will see you guys at the end of year one here in Sacramento. Luka Doncic takes home the MVP with a 38, 10.5, and 9.5 season. That's fucking nuts. We were right around 500. I didn't see our exact record because I was aimlessly scrolling through Twitter. But yeah, no, we weren't good. And around 500 is actually maybe the worst position to be in possible because maybe our pick falls right outside the lottery while not being a contender at the same time. So yeah, it's just one of those days. Victor Wembanyama, your rookie of the year. Russell Westbrook, 6th man. Giannis is your deep boy. Evan Mobley, most improved. Trae Young, clutch player of the year. Ty Lue, head coach of the Clippers. Coach of the year. Okay, let's get into it because I don't know where we fell in the grand scheme of things. We are right out of the plan. So I guess we will have a lottery pick, which is good. I mean, it's not going to really be a serious lottery pick at 41 and 41. I mean, we were the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, sorry, that's a stray. But it's not good. That's a bad position to be in. So we'll get into kind of the numbers right now, just see how everybody played. I mean, again, no disrespect to Devin Vassell, but a Devin Vassell-led team is probably not moving the needle very much. We did have 3 guys that scored 19-plus points a game, which is always cool. But, yeah, I mean, when you go from De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis to this group of players right here, it's not really going to be a successful first season if I had to guess, and clearly it wasn't. So let's just go ahead and sim through the playoffs real quick, something we are not in but hope to be in next season. It is going to be, is that a Cavs and a Nuggets finals? Very interesting matchup. Cavs going to win it all. Evan Mobley won most improved, then wins the finals MVP. Good for you, young man. Okay, player retirements. World's greatest cheerleader, Chris Paul, Andre Iguodala, Lopez, Love, McGee. Wow, a lot of names. I feel like more and more often in these rebuilds, I'm saying a lot of names that you don't typically like. I don't really see Kevin Love retire a lot. I saw a couple times Klay Thompson retired. It's just interesting how these rebuilds are kind of going. Popovich calls it a career. Hall of Fame, Chris Paul. Jersey retirements, Chris Paul. Is Kevin Love a Hall? I feel like Kevin Love. Is he? I don't know. Everybody gets into the NBA or the Basketball Hall of Fame these days. All right, so we're going to have our pick because it's going to be in the lottery. The pick's lottery protected. I already checked. So around 12 is where it's projected right now. It actually goes to 13, which is just how this video is going so far. All right, man. Into the coaching stuff. Mike Brown, I think, is genuinely a good coach. I'm not going to go ahead and fire him right now. I mean, nobody really would have done much better than 41 wins with this team, in my opinion. So Mike Brown's not going anywhere. Let's head up. Was he under contract for multiple years? Shit. I should have checked that. That's my fault. All right, up to the draft. We have the 13th overall pick and not a lot of future assets to play with. Something to note, it just means that our first next year is going to be in Atlanta and it's going to be unprotected. So definitely something to keep in mind when we're making all these moves is that we have no reason to be bad next year or anything like that. So 3 first-round picks to work with, a couple contracts. Might have an idea for the draft. I would absolutely love to add Jalen Brunson to this team. We obviously started off this video by trading away De'Aaron Fox, a really good young elite point guard. If we can replace him with another one here in Jalen Brunson, who, by the way, I still don't think is getting enough credit for how good he is this season. Already not starting in the All-Star game. I'm not going to get started right now, but I'd love to have him on this team. There's nothing wrong with Malcolm Brogdon or Bones Highland, who, by the way, was out of the rotation, but I'm always going to go for the upgrade, especially in a situation like this. So I got to be careful because I'm sure there are some players I could trade here. But I just got to see if I have the money to actually do it. It's like Rayan Rupert, who I don't know much about. I'm not going to pretend that I do. Jalen Pickett. I mean, again, these are just guys that I can include in the deal. They really aren't going to factor into too much of this video. So first round in 2028. I'd probably do one more first. I'd actually even give up 13 this year just because I don't really think I'm going to use it to draft anybody. Look, this team is already very, very deep. There's a lot of quality depth on this team. I'm sure you guys hear me use that phrase quite a bit. So giving up the 13th overall pick to get a guy who arguably should have been starting in the All-Star game this year and is a 90 overall is definitely not going to be the worst idea in the world. And I only talk so long because I can kind of tell the trade was going to go through. All right, so we have kind of our star now in Jalen Brunson. I'm very excited to see a 90 overall on this team once again. We're not going to have any draft picks, which again, fine by me. KCP picks up his $15.5 million option. We look at qualifying. Emmanuel Quickly is definitely somebody I do not want to let go for nothing. Wow, I just didn't even realize that we're going to have, I guess, the New York Knicks old backcourt with Quickly. So, yeah, we're not going to have any money. I mean, LeBron James would have been fun. Paul George, same thing. It looks like LeBron. Wow, Pistons. Good Lord, man. Call it a career. All right, so, you know, there are some guys, like, I would love maybe to add, like, a guy like OG Anunoby. We could provide some defense on this team. We could maybe move Vassell kind of back to the 2, but ultimately, I just don't know if we're going to have the money. Right now, he's asking for about 22, 23 million. We have about 7.25, right, or 3/4 right now. On top of the fact that we do have a qualifying offer here for Emmanuel Quickly that we definitely cannot just let go. So if I want anything to happen here, it's going to start out with probably moving both Avdija and KCP and Terrence Mann. So I'm going to do that. What I'm going to try to do right now is try to find a cheaper a cheaper power forward option that's a real power forward. That's what we're going to do. Okay, we just pulled off a big deal with the Oklahoma City Thunder and acquired Jalen Williams. Now, we did this deal for a couple reasons. Number one, I think that's not the button I meant to hit. I think Jalen Williams is absolutely incredible. I don't give a fuck about staff hiring. Where the hell is the trade? I sent KCP, Danny Avdija, and a first-round pick to Oklahoma City for Jalen Williams. Number one, I think Jalen Williams is a clear upgrade at our power forward spot, who, by the way, I didn't realize is only 6'5". But number two, we're going to save a lot of money because he's still on his rookie contract, meaning we might be able to go out and maybe sign a guy like OG Anunoby. I think this deal makes a lot of sense for us. So now what I have to do is likely go ahead and trade away Terrence Mann. Now, Terrence Mann is a good player. Unfortunately, $11 million for a guy who was out of the rotation last year really doesn't make a lot of sense for me. So can I just retain a first-round pick is probably what I'm going to look to do here. I do see an option. I'll take a deal from the Spurs, actually. It's in Atlanta first. Yeah, maybe not the Spurs. All right, and then again, the reason I'm doing this is because I do think Terrence Mann could have a spot in the rotation, but ultimately, I'd rather save the money and see if we can now maybe go sign a guy like OG Anunoby, who we do have the money to do that, by the way, now. Okay, so I'm going to give him a 4-year deal. Something I got to make sure is that we don't have Emmanuel Quickly getting a contract. So Anunoby accepts. Tyus Jones, unfortunately, could... Actually, do I have to do this? Hang with me. Because I can keep Quickly. Can I keep Jones? I cannot. Meaning I'm probably going to lose Tyus Jones for nothing, but it's not the end of the world. He was a bench piece for me. I'm always going to prioritize starters. You guys know that. So Anunoby's here. I will make sure Quickly does not get another offer. Got to make sure we hold on to his qualifying, though. It's about a 4-year, $103 million contract for OG Anunoby, who, by the way, is probably going to get a lot more money than that in actual free agency. I'm just giving Quickly a really big offer here. Do not accept. Do not renounce. Tyus Jones, got to make sure I accept that. Tyus Jones is now unfortunately gone. Everybody else is good. And, yeah, I think, yep, perfect. Okay, meaning now I can go ahead and sign Emmanuel Quickly. I'll just give him about It's a lot of money, but I hope he accepts it. He does. Okay, so we now have another player here in OG Anunoby who provides a little bit more defense for us. I'm very excited about that. Now, Devin Vassell, going to go back to the shooting guard spot. He does go back down in overall, but it's maybe more of his natural fit anyways. I'm excited about that. So I'm very excited about what this team possibly could be. We've kind of redefined and kind of shifted the narrative around this team while still upholding a pretty decent bench, I will say. So we're good at the point guard spot, good at the shooting guard spot. What I'm actually going to do is move quickly to the backup 2. I think that makes a little bit more sense. Move Jones back to the 1. It's just, I think that makes a little bit more sense. In my head, it does anyways. Okay, I'm very excited about what this team could be. There's still a couple other bench pieces we have to go ahead and sort out. So let's just see where things stand right now. We're good at point guard. We're good at shooting guard. Need a backup small forward. Need a backup power forward. We need a backup 3 and a backup 4. Oh boy. Guy like Kelly Olynyk for a year. I know that overall will probably go down a few because he is 33, but honestly not the worst signing. Can space the floor a little bit. And then let's look at my backup small forward options, which are definitely not good. Do I bring Javonte Green back for a year? Fuck it. You know what? Let's bring Javonte Green back for a year. I know I kind of said I wasn't going to do that, but I mostly meant it because I didn't want him to just be brought back in as a trade piece. So Javonte Green, welcome back to the team. Going to be my backup small forward for 1 year. All right. We've done, I think, a pretty good job of kind of revitalizing this team. I think we're in a really good spot right now. I'll see you guys at the start of year number 2. What a crazy offseason it was that we just had. We kind of completely revamped this team. The outlook is much different, and it's a year that I am really, really excited for here in Sacramento. So Jalen Brunson, obviously kind of the new star of this team, is going to take over at the point guard spot. Devin Vassell is back. Moves from the 3 to the 2. Not the end of the world. OG Anunoby, I think, was a fantastic addition to this team. Brings a lot of hard-nosed defense. And for that, I'm very excited. Jalen Williams, I was surprised we were able to trade for him so easily. He might be a little bit undersized at the starting power forward spot. It's only 6'5". I'll live with it. And then Robert Williams, the third. Obviously, a tremendous defender. I love Rob Will. Bench unit's really good. Emmanuel quickly goes back to the bench. He kind of takes over as the 6th man. Like the fit a lot. Jakob Poeltl behind him. We have Trey Jones in here. Kelly Olynyk we brought in as a backup stretch 4. And then honestly, I don't know where Jae'Sean Tate came from. I'm assuming he's just one of those auto-generated signings that the CPU does. He's actually a higher overall, and I actually prefer him a little bit more than Javonte Green. So Jae'Sean Tate going to get the minutes at the backup 3. Makes all the sense in the world to me. Couple things to note. One, we don't have our first round pick this year. We don't have it for a lot of years, so no reason to be bad. This team is all in. Hopefully it goes well. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. Although we improved from last season, it wasn't necessarily the big jump I was looking for. We won 48 games this year. We lost 34. Definitely nice to win 7 more games, but I feel like we were a little bit better than that. So, I don't know. We'll see. Nikola Jokic is your MVP. Alexander Sarr, Rookie of the Year. He is in Toronto. Cam Thomas, 6 man of the year. This dude's balling out every single one of my videos. Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player of the Year. Dyson Daniels goes from 3 points to 6 points. I mean, all right. Jason Tatum, Clutch Player of the Year. Mark Daigneault, Coach of the Year for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're going to be a gigantic pain in the ass. Okay, we're in the playoffs for the 4 seed. We have the Trailblazers here in round 1. Here is a look at the Eastern Conference if you would like to see it. And then let's check out some stats, see how everybody did. So Jalen Brunson, our number 1 option. Devin Vassell, Jalen Williams, Emmanuel quickly, OG Anunoby, Rob Will, Jones. Yeah, I mean, nothing here that like jumps out to me being like, what the hell? Why did you play so bad? Because it really doesn't look like anybody played necessarily terrible. It's just something weird about this team. We'll see though. Scoot Henderson, Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant, Jabari Walker, DeAndre Ayton. Oh, I forgot we traded Sabonis there. How is Sabonis coming off the bench? I get it if you don't like the fit between him and Ayton next to each other, but in what world is DeAndre Ayton starting over Sabonis? I don't know. Okay, let's get into it. We lose game 1. We lose game 2. Oh my God. Okay, we do tie it up. That's nice. We go down 3-2. We force game 7, and we get bounced. Changes will be made. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Actually, I want to check. I thought this team was very much good enough to get it done. Unfortunately, we're not. Brunson was good. Vassell was good. Williams was okay quickly. I feel like I need a few more points out of OG Anunoby. He's 43% from the field. Oh, man. I don't know. I genuinely do not know. So it's going to be a decision in terms of what we want to. Oh my God, it's at 38 points a game. In terms of what we want to do with the head coach this offseason, that's going to kind of start out and be number 1 priority. So we'll decide on that. Jersey retirements. Klay Thompson called it a career. And let's get into the lottery where I'm pretty like 95% sure we don't have a draft pick. Oh, good. The Thunder projected the number 1 pick, and they give him number 2 after winning a championship. Awesome. Okay, staff signing. Mike Brown. Let's look at the candidates that are here. Underwood's here. Stauffer's here. Kidd's here. Vaughn's here. Peterson. Missoula. Mark Daigneault's here. Just won a championship. Mike Brown, goodbye. Look, I think Mike Brown's a good head coach. Maybe 2K doesn't give him good enough ratings, but unfortunately we just didn't have it today, and we have to make a change. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a couple offers out there. One to Mike Stauffer, because I got to get one of these guys. I've made this mistake before. Number 2, I'm going to give Joe Mazzulla a big offer, and then third, I'm going to give Mark Daigneault a pretty big offer. Man, just won a championship over with the Thunder. So let's see. Any of them want to accept? Looks like it's just going to be Stauffer. It's the coaching in this is weird. Now, look, I get Mark Daigneault going back. I mean, maybe it's very hard to sign coaches. Feels like it should be as hard to sign players sometimes. I don't know. All right, man. We have no draft picks this year, which is fine. Let's head up to team player options. So Brunson declines. Jay Will obviously coming back, and yeah, now we just got to make sure we go ahead and get Jalen Brunson back. I mean, can't lose. Holy shit, this free agency class, fucking nuts. Him and Jones are players I would like to retain. Looks like he has an offer from the Nets for 183. God damn. Yeah, I'm just going to not... That's a max contract. I'm not risking letting him go. It's just no fucking way. And then I'd like to bring back Jones as well. So those are only 2. They really kind of are. All right, now we got to decide with the personnel of this team. Are we comfortable enough moving forward with everybody that is currently on this roster, just running it back with a new head coach? And honestly, I don't know if the answer to that question is yes. I think there are some upgrades that need to be made. We clearly need to find a new backup small forward. I'd like to do something to upgrade from Kelly Olynyk. And we do have some draft picks left. So let's go ahead and put these draft picks to work. See what we have here in terms of options. Nick Richards, probably a good option for the backup center spot. You know what I might do? I have an idea. Who's that? Oh, Corey Kispert. I'm actually going to take Corey Kispert. I like that option. I was going to go ahead and trade Pirtle with one of the starters to maybe find a bigger name, but Corey Kispert I think actually fits this team well, and I can play him at the 3 or the 4. So maybe I don't make any changes. Sadiq Bey, you know what? I'll take a flyer on Sadiq Bey. Man, I had a game winner last night at the time I'm recording this. Let's go ahead and take Sadiq Bey, and then I don't know. I'm a little torn because the bench is now good. Kispert and Sadiq Bey. Kispert goes up 2. Bey goes up 2. Who's a better shooter? It's probably, yeah, it's Kispert. All right, Kispert will be the backup 3. Not like it's a big deal. But, yeah, I mean, in terms of this starting 5, I think there could be one change. We're here at the start of year 3, and we're making a big deal with the New York Knicks. We're sending OG Anunoby, I guess, back to New York because we signed him at a free agency. 2 first-round picks for Mr. Julius Randle and a 2026 first. Now, I'm not getting into the conversation about this right now. I think Julius Randle, in terms of overall, definitely a couple points better. And if you look at the numbers, I'm sure it's a very different situation. Julius Randle is absolutely balling out. Now, I know we are trading a small forward for a power forward, and you're probably asking me, why the hell would you do that? You don't need a power forward. Well, Jalen Williams actually goes up to an 89 overall at small forward, meaning he's just going to take over for Anunoby there. Makes a lot of sense to me. So that was kind of the big trade we were looking for. I considered a couple other ones in the offseason, but ultimately just couldn't really land on one that made a lot of sense. So I think this team is in a really good spot right now. Let's set the rotation. After yet another big trade, we are hopeful for year 3. Now, this is a team that is very, very good, but it is also a team that has not won a playoff series yet, and we have championship hopes and expectations. So a little nervous. I'm not going to lie to you. I think this team is really good. I'm hoping it's enough to maybe get to that championship. Jalen Brunson, Devin Vassell remain our backcourt. Jalen Williams just moves from the 4 to the 3 and blows up 3 overalls. Very excited to have him here. Julius Randle, clearly a new addition. And then Rob Will, still our starting center. The bench unit, Emmanuel quickly will remain the 6th man. Corey Kispert, good shooter we bring in. To be number 7, Jakob Poeltl, Sadiq Bey, and Trey Jones. A lot of quality depth. You guys love when I say that, or at least I think you do. This team's good. I think this team has a chance to win it all. I really need it. I'll see you guys at the end of year 3. We certainly had high hopes for this 3rd and final regular season, and I'm glad to say, at least regular season-wise, they delivered. We go 71-11, which is absolutely fantastic. Hopefully it translates to the postseason. Nikola Jokic, yet another MVP. Cooper Flagg is in Philadelphia. How the Sixers were bad enough to get the... Also, how the hell did he fall to 5? That I have no idea, but good for you, Philadelphia. Stephon Cassell, 6th man of the year. Victor Wembanyama, yet another D-boy. Isaiah Collier, most improved. Steph Curry, clutch player of the year. Mike Stauffer, our first-year head coach, does get coach of the year. Okay, this is all great. High and mighty. I'm very happy about it. But we still have to win a championship. I mean, it's clear that maybe we are the best team in the league. We still have a lot of work to do. Here's the numbers on the year. Looks like everything is good. 4 guys scoring 18 plus is absolutely ridiculous. Like, how many a game? No, because there's no... I'm trying to think about, like, that 2017 Warriors team, because clearly, you know, Steph, Clay, KD, all probably had 18 plus, but there's no way Draymond Green had 18 plus. I'm trying to think, has it ever been done before? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, who do we have here in round 1? It is us and the Portland Trailblazers. Henderson, Sharp, Grant, Sabonis. Okay, so they figured this out. I still don't really like this fit, but I guess it works for them. This is a team that beat us last year. I think, okay, come on. We're not doing this again. There's just no way I can play this game again with you, right? Okay, we're 2-2. We go up 3-2. That's a big one. And we are moving on. Okay, now we have what? 4-time MVP Nikola Jokic. You got playoff Jamal Murray. Julian Strother is in the starting lineup. Michael Porter Jr., Gordon, Christian Brown off the bench. Peyton Watson. Yeah, this team is still really goddamn good, even if they are a 5 seed. So hopefully we can get by them here in the West semis. We're 2-2 with the Nuggets right now. Go up 3-2. They force game 7. And holy shit, we win. Okay, defending champs here in the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are, yeah, good. Oh, they have our old friend Denny Avdija. Did I trade him there? Oh, yes, I did. I got Jalen Williams. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? Okay, let's go ahead and hopefully just beat the... okay, come on. 2K, don't do this to me today. Come on, fight. Fight. Thank you. Julius Randle, Western Conference Finals MVP. I'm very happy I made that trade. And Darius Garland, goddamn. Okay, Cavs won it all in year 1. Hopefully we can beat them. This team is still really good. Kelly Oubre Jr. is a nice fit into that starting 5. Mitchell Robinson is there now. How many fucking... what the fuck is this? How many centers do you need? Oh, my God. Okay, well, this is a good Cavaliers team here in the NBA Finals. We do go up 3-1, and we are back to Sacramento for Game 5. Hopefully a closeout game, because I don't really want to stress right now. It's Monday morning. I don't have time for this. Let's go ahead and, yep, absolutely beautiful. I'll see you guys in there. All right, so just over 3 minutes to go. That's quite the sight here in the NBA Finals. James Wiseman, if the Cavs had won this one, he would have been a 2-time champ. What the hell is this camera angle? Okay, let's go ahead and hopefully just not blow a 23-point lead. I don't know if it's quite honestly possible. But, yeah, if anybody could do it, it'd probably be my dumbass. So Jalen Brunson getting closed off by Evan Mobley. Thanks for coming, pal. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can just talk about the Sacramento Kings right now. It's typically what I do. I know this isn't obviously the Kings team. Is Nikola Vucevic the primary ball handler? Oh, how many? Wait, timeout. I'm sorry, timeout. Who's in the game? Can I see that right now? No, I want to, like, is there a way to see? As far as I can tell, there's, because I can see it here. That's Jared Allen, that's Mitchell Robinson, Evan Mobley, that's Vucevic, and James Wiseman. They have 5 centers in the game right now. I guess maybe Mobley is more of a 4, but oh my God. You have 5 guys who are 7 feet tall in the game right now? Okay. I'm like at a loss for words. What is this lineup? I don't know. Okay, good block. I genuinely, I don't know what the hell that was. Okay, there's an update. That's fucking annoying. We'll just talk for a couple minutes, I guess, about the Kings. Look, the Kings are a good team. I love De'Aaron Fox. I love Domantas Sabonis. Ultimately, in a Western Conference, especially a Western Conference that is as good as it is this year, I don't think there's any chance that the Kings are like a serious contender. I mean, last year, obviously losing to the Golden State Warriors, what was it? Was it a 6 versus 3 matchup? I think that's what it was. In round 1 in Game 7 was a little bit disappointing, but I don't really think there was anything shameful about that. I thought, you know, when looking at that team, the balance, I think De'Aaron Fox is incredible. He's not Steph Curry. Steph Curry in the playoffs against a team that really doesn't have a lot of playoff experience is not really a matchup that's favorable for the team with no experience. So that's just my opinion on that. This year, I don't know if I want to say they've taken a step back, but I really do think they're still like a major piece or maybe even 2 away. I know they were maybe in Pascal Siakam talks for a little while. I don't know. There's something with the Kings that, you know, it feels like I don't really hear a lot about them this year. You know, I just don't think they're really in that conversation. You know, last year as a 3 seed or whatever the hell they were, it was obviously fantastic. They broke that long streak of not making the playoffs, which is cool. But, I mean, that joy is only going to last so long when, you know, you want to go ahead and do more. So, I think for me, if I'm the Kings, I look this offseason at trade options. I think Keegan Murray will probably have to be in most talks, especially if you want some sort of, like, star player. But I don't know. It's not exactly easy to find guys that fit super well next to Domantas Sabonis or in a front court or, you know, somebody. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but they need an upgrade at the shooting guard spot. They sure as Harrison Barnes had like a good game recently, but he is still not a starter on a championship caliber team. So that's just my take. The Kings are definitely fun to watch. I'll see you guys at the Finals MVP. That is it. That is a championship Julius Randle Finals MVP. Okay, man. Fun way to end this video. I know it has been long enough, so I will not keep you any longer. But seriously, thank you guys for watching. This series has been an absolute blast so far. I'm not going to do one of these every day this week. I'll mix in some historic rebuilds as well. I know doing one of these every day can be a little bit much, but I've just been enjoying them. That's why I've been doing it. But yeah, we're looking for new series. So anything you guys want to see, let me know down below in the comment section. If not, I'm sure I'll come up with something. That's it for me. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.